It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS, brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening, it's December 27th, 2018, and we are here at the Portland Expo for tonight's boys basketball action between the Daring Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Joe Johnson tonight for Frank Myatt, Bobby Tavanian on camera for WPPS TV 1302. Joe, the Dogs are coming off a heartbreaking loss in Bangor. They were up by 15 points at halftime, but in the second half, Bangor just exploded.
Yeah, I understand the situation there, Randy, going up there on a Friday afternoon, having to travel 2.5, 3 hours to play Bangor up there in their gym. The officiating sometimes isn't the same up north, so it's a different brand of basketball down here, so it's hard for those kids to adjust sometimes up there. Tonight, they're playing Daring High School, their rival. In many ways, I really feel like, the pressure is still on Daring. When was the last time Daring beat Portland High? That's my question for many people to answer. So I really think this is more important for Daring tonight than it is Portland High. Portland, obviously, Daring's undefeated, but Portland is coming in not losing to Daring for a long time.
Well, folks, as we often say at WPPS, which stands for Portland Public Schools, by the way, when Daring and Portland play, the Portland schools always win. Tonight, Daring comes in 4-0, whereas Portland is 4-1 right now. Daring's big player, of course, is Ben Onek. He's averaging about 22 points a game, but they also have Morion, who's averaging double figures, Daryl Germain, and Michael Randall, all of whom are averaging double figures. So Daring is spreading it out pretty well this year.
They are. They're big man, obviously, inside, the big lefty. Ben Onek, he's really worked on his game. In the years past, people just forced him to his right. But now he can use both hands. He's being looked at by some high-caliber schools to play at the next level. So that's what the Dogs are going to try and do, is focus on him tonight and limit his touches. It's going to be interesting to see what Todd does, Coach Wing. Usually he's been zoning up Portland High, but does he feel like he's better than them tonight? For me, it's life after Teron Moss. And, can Trey, Ballou, and Simon and Pedro step up? Because, I'm not sure who that kid is for Portland High right now, who's going to take over and lead them past Daring tonight.
Well, that's a great point, and Portland is finding its identity. We all know that Coach Russo, one of his real strengths, is mixing it up a little bit and finding the right formula. Folks, it's holiday tournament basketball. We're going to bring it to you next here on WPPS TV 1302.
Daring High School Rams versus the 4-1 Portland High School Bulldogs. Here are the starting lineups. Daring at forward, number 24, senior Ben Onek. At forward, the ball, number 35, 6'8", senior Louis Gaddis. For the starting forward for Daring, number 21, junior Loki Nanda. Forward the ball, number 30, 6'8", senior Simon Chadbourne. Starting at center for Daring, number 23, a junior Mike Randall. Portland at center, number 23, 6'5", senior Trey Ballou.
Perfect.
Guard, Daring, number 11, junior Max Marioni. And for Portland, number 5, 6'8", senior Jeremiah Alado. The other starting guys from Daring, number 20, a junior Daryl Germain. For Portland, number 10, 5'10", senior Pedro Fonseca. Head coach of Daring High School is Todd Wing. Head coach of Portland High is Joe Russo. Our certified athletic trainer is Ryan Lucas. Our officials for this game are Paul Burnell, Mike McGinnis. Could we have everybody stand, please, for the national anthem? Just a reminder that this is also a regular season game. As was the upcoming game, the next game, the Portland Deering girls. Before this, Cape and Falmouth is also a regular season game.
So although this is a Christmas tournament, Joe, as we just heard Peter Gribben say, this is in fact a regular season game. It counts.
Correct. Yeah. For years this was the tournament to see because of the championship format. But some of the rules have changed, and they're only allowed to have so many non-playable dates. So Coach Rousseau, thought it'd be a good idea to make this tournament now regular season games, which is a great idea.
What fun. And we always know the last game of the season is always the away game at Portland High School.
Correct.
Always, at Deering High School.
Yeah.
And really, to me, perhaps the most intimate venue to watch a game of any.
Yep.
Very close to the action. But here we are in Portland with this wonderful floor on the Red Claws, Boston Celtics farm team floor. This is Portland's home court here, and we're going to have Ben Onek jumping along with Trey Ballou, and Portland wins the jump. So we have a lineup here of Alato right now, Fonseca, Gaddis on the left, Ballou underneath, along with Simon Chadbourne.
Deering High and man-to-man. They're being real physical with Chadbourne. Face guarding him, not letting him get his touches the first possession here.
Very interesting, and of course that's one of the things we planned on this season, and Ballou inside. It doesn't fall, and the rebound comes to Onek. And now around the horn here is Loki Anda.
Interesting to see. Portland's playing zone.
Daryl Jermaine and a steal. First turnover, and here's Simon. Alato underneath. Stuffed, blocked, Onek. So on turnovers, that's the first turnover. Deering 1, Portland nothing right now. Round the horn on the right side, all the way around. 23 is Randall. 20 is Jermaine.
You can see this zone it's giving Deering some problems as far as getting the ball inside.
It's so interesting because Coach Russo has gone to the zone a little bit more this year than he has in the early parts of years past.
Yeah, I think he's a bit concerned with not having a top flight scorer, which means that your defense has got to be that much better. So this zone is going to hopefully lower the scoring for Deering.
Yeah. Well, Onek missed the shot, but we're going to have a foul here on Trey Ballou.
First foul of the game is on Portland number 23.
And at the line shooting 2 will be Mike Randall. First point of the game. Hits them both.
2 free throws, Mike Randall.
2-0 Deering. Covering Pedro is Max Morione. Round the horn now. Gaddis inside to Alato. Double. Scoops through it, but it doesn't fall. And the rebound will come to Mike Randall. So Portland a little cold, kind of starting where they left off in Bangor, where they were very cold, especially in the third quarter where they scored only 2 points. They were up at 15 at halftime. And Cummings came out from Bangor in the third quarter and hit 3 3-pointers within 81 seconds. Now, Morione inside, back out again. Daryl Jermaine. He doesn't hit, but the rebound, well, we'll see. Oh, that's got to be a foul. How is that not a foul?
Well, yeah, it was a nice tackle. I mean, both officials are going to let these two play, and that's the way I want to see. I don't want to see a lot of whistles, and no one else does in this gym either.
Well, you know, that's a fair point, and then we would call that in baseball a train wreck.
Yes.
Maybe it's called that here too. No call. Pedro inside. Over the board, though, and once again, the rebound comes to Loki Anda. Deering quickly up court, and a steal by Alato. Off balance, and he hits it for 2. So it's 2-2. Jeremiah Alato with a very nice play there, Joe.
Yeah, Poland's now extending their defense here. Extending the zone out to half court on a make.
Ooh. Looked like steps. Here's Onek. Doesn't fall. Pedro with the rebound. He's got Simon on the right. For 2. Doesn't hit it. The rebound will come to Daryl Germain. Oh! Gaddis is fouled by Onek.
We've played 4 minutes, and we got 4 total points for both teams. Classic Deering Portland. They both want to kick the crap out of each other, and they just don't want to settle down.
And it's not a stall as the South Portland game was 3 years ago either.
No, thank God.
This is the real deal.
Coach Russo almost needed a police escort out of South Portland on that night.
Oop, Gaddis. Hard to the hoop. Onek is going to get called. Wow. 2 quick fouls, blocking foul. And he's got 2. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be called on Mike Randall. So, no such luck as having Onek with 2 fouls early. Gaddis hits the first one. Puts Portland ahead by 1. 3-2. 3:49 left in the first quarter.
See what happens on this make, what they do defensively.
Gaddis, nice. Senior co-captain.
Yeah, so all they're doing is they're staying in 2-3, but they're extending it now to half court on every make.
Well, that is a player control. 4-2 is the score. Deering with 3 turnovers to none for Portland at this time. It's early. It's 4-2. Pedro from way downtown. Baloo with the rebound. Alato beyond the 3. Brings it inside. Pedro. Inside to Baloo, out to Gaddis. Oh, what a nifty move by Louis Gaddis.
Louis.
So, Onek outside. Orion doesn't hit. Gaddis with the ball. Nice ball. Quickly down the court as Alato went in for 2. It's 8-2 now as Portland has opened up a 6-point lead with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. So at this point, Portland is firing on all cylinders. Great defense, almost a turnover, at least a jump ball. And instead, Pedro comes up with it. 4th turnover for Deering. Baloo inside, and he's fouled.
I mean, the tail of the tape so far, Deering's just having a hard time offensively against Portland's zone. Not able to get solid touches on their end of the floor, and Portland's just getting runouts now. Well,
Max Morion is going to come out, and after the timeout, Mapore Samuosa will be coming in for Morion. It's 10-2 with 2:13 left in the first quarter. So Steve Schwartz along with Joe Johnson tonight for WPPS TV3, 1302 rather, along with Bobby Tavanian on camera. Joe, we're fortunate to have Joe, who was an assistant coach at Portland High School and is now the coach of Lyman Moore basketball. How's the season going, Joe?
Good. We're off to a good start before break. 6 wins and 2 losses. Lost to Mahoney and lost to Westbrook the first night, but it's been fun. It's always fun coaching young kids and just working on fundamentals and just trying to put them in the right place at the right time.
So going hard inside and taken away, stripped away is Lindos. Oh, what a pass. He's out. So that's Portland's first turnover tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that timeout, Coach Wing's just telling them on the offensive end, they have to be able to put something behind the zone on the baseline and then figure out who's going to be on the elbow. But in classic Joe Russo fashion, he's changed up his defense, and now they're playing man.
Gaddis goes down. Nice block by Ballou. He's got to be among the league leaders in Class AA North in blocks this year. Gaddis inside to Ballou. Beyond the paint to Alato for 3. He hits it. What a great addition Jeremiah Alato has been coming over from Westbrook this year. He scores his 7th point. It's 14-2 Portland. Portland on a 12-0 run.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Good no call. Keep that clock running.
You got somewhere to go, Joe?
No, just I would much rather see the clock run and stop the flow of the game because of a play like that.
Right, so we had the block by Gaddis. Pedro goes up for 2. I think the Deering player wanted some sort of a sportsmanship, little taunting there going on, but nothing doing. Here comes Onek. Inside, outside. He's being rejected pretty well. And for 3 is Daryl Germain, and he breaks the 14-0 run. It is 16-5 Portland with just 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. One second, Simon for 3. It doesn't hit, but he got the shot off. Portland will take a 16-5 lead into the second quarter coming up next. So Ben Onek will start the second quarter here for Portland on an inbound to Frank Lindos. Portland still in the 2-3 zone, Joe.
Yes, they are. Yeah, so they've mixed it up. They started out in zone, went back to man. Now they're back to zone.
You know, Jermaine was feeling it, but so is Jeremiah. Alato on the rebound. Pedro backs up all the way over to Trey Ballou, who is an outside threat as well. But here's Simon Chadbourne alone in the corner. Yes! 3 for Simon, and if he gets hot, watch out. Those are his first 3 of the game.
I mean, Coach Ware, I thought Deering the first couple of possessions did a great job just face guarding Simon. I mean, he's obviously their motor. He's a difference maker, and Deering has lost him now. So there's a sub coming in for Deering High. And that gentleman will probably face guard number 30.
Well, there's a turnover for Deering, number 6-1 for Portland. Max Marione has checked in for Deering.
Yeah, see, so he's going to be nose to nose on Simon.
And the first substitution for Portland is Eason Fay, and he's in for Lou Gaddis. Fay now just beyond the 3, inside to Simon, who's posting up.
Love it.
Oh my goodness. That is crucial. Simon Chadbourne inside, huge hang time.
Yeah, well, I mean, just a smart play. That's just a basketball play. They're face guarding him in the corner because he can shoot the 3, so where does he go? He puts himself on the post, and it's real difficult to play that kind of defense down there. 21-5 is the score. 6.5 minutes left in the first half. Jermaine wants to take that 3, but instead, on the ground is Stay. It's another turnover. Pedro! It's a long pass to Alato, and it doesn't fall. That was a big one.
Yeah, we'll have a foul here. It could be on Simon. And it is.
Deering substitution 23, Mike Randall.
So Mike Randall is back in for Deering now.
In for Mapore Spinoza.
As Mapore will take a seat. Here's Onek. And they're going to have a blocking foul on Alato.
Yeah, I mean, Ben's obviously frustrated, kind of surprised at the lack of offensive production for his team, so I think he's going to try and start taking over right now.
Well, he's got he's got no points yet in this game.
Number 3,
I mean, he's frustrated because Poland's making him play in spots he doesn't want to play in, and then they run a good out of bounds play. He seals the guy in the post, and they can't get it to him.
So we've got Trey Ballou to Fonseca in the backcourt.
So now Deering's in 1-3-1, trying to change some things for them offensively on the defensive end. They're going to try and speed Portland up a little bit and cause some turnovers.
Stillman Mayen is in now, and Thea comes up with that ball, spins in along the lane, and Pedro's right there. Fakes it, and up and in.
Portland still in zone.
23-5 Portland. Morion outside, inside now. And a nifty move to the basket by Mike Randall.
Mike Randall with the basket.
Inside, Simon. Hard to the basket.
Tough to face guard the back cut.
Simon matches Alato for the lead for Portland with 7 points apiece, and stripped by Ballou. Yet another Deering turnover, and Fonseca goes coast to coast, and Mayen comes up short. The rebound will come to Randall. Quick outlet to Onek, and Onek's gonna, well, it's gonna keep it, I guess.
Louis Gaddis back for Portland.
So Gaddis is back in for Portland now. Mayen is out front. And that's not going to fall for Manny Biaccio.
Pulling in the spread offensively. Coach Russo's hoping for a long possession here to work the clock.
Gaddis banks it home.
Or a bank in three.
28-9 is the score. My goodness. 19 points for Portland. Air ball, or it hits the net anyway, and here comes Chadbourne. He wants that shot so badly.
He's fun to watch.
Ballou will be left open, and he has hit threes this year, very important threes. But the rebound will come to Loki Anda.
Number 3, Manny Biaccio.
Manny Biaccio for three. It's 28-12, 3 minutes left in the first half. And we're going to take a timeout. 2:54 left in the first half. 28-12 is the score. Dogs in front. So coming off the timeout, Jeremiah Alato will take the ball in. Manny Biaccio, who just had a three, will be all over him. Cross court. Maine in the corner. And he hits it. And that ends a fairly significant drought for Maine, who had, I believe, 16 points, including several three-pointers against Noble to open the season. So if he gets hot, watch out. Honek in the middle, he's stripped. Fonseca to Alado.
Oh,
doesn't
wow.
fall. Rebound comes to Anda. Nifty move, but Pedro, let's see what happens. By the way, Ronaldo Wakati is in for Portland too, number 1. We have a Deering foul. And it's going to be on Lindos.
Number 1. Michael Lindos, his first.
31-12 is the score. 2:15 left here in the first quarter. In the first half. Keeping in mind, folks, Portland did take a 15-0 lead into the locker room against another undefeated team.
Illegal screen. Tough one.
On Griffin Buckley.
Interesting to see the next 2 minutes. Deering wants to speed it up. They've got to cut this lead in half, and Paul and I wants to work the clock.
Thay is in the middle here. Just coming in the game. Oh, that's going to be a Deering turnover.
Yep.
Oh, folks. We saw it. Great call.
Actually, they went to the desk because he couldn't see it. And they went to the alternating possession.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, we saw it. You're right.
And again, we had a very good.
Jeez. These two, whoever plays the 2 for either team is having a hard time catching the ball on the wing. It's a wrestling match over there.
Well, here comes Simon for May, and you feel like if I were Johnny Most, I'd say they were all over him.
They are. You are correct. Yeah. Mr. Burnell and Mr. McGinnis, both officials, are letting them play.
Veteran officials. 31-12 is the score. Minute 45 left in the first half. The Dogs in front here on WPPS. Onek triple teamed, and he fights through it and gets his first 2 of the game. This is a player who's averaging about 22 points a game, Joe. Oh, Pedro very fast, but loses the ball. And we'll have another Portland turnover. 9-3 by my count. Well, we'll have a timeout. So with a minute 20 left in the first half, the score, Portland Bulldogs 31, Deering Rams 14. So a huge crowd here tonight, almost a sellout, I dare say, as Portland Deering, always exciting. It's vacation time. There are alumni here as well. .33 is Biacho. Number 12 has come in, Cole Martinson. Hard to the hoop. And in. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Didn't be called on Gaddis.
It's the right call. The block charge call for me, some people feel it's the toughest call to make, but if it's obvious, it's a charge. If it's anything in between, like that one, it's a block.
Well, it's a chance now. It's a 15-point Portland lead, a chance to bring Deering to within 14 in a 3-point play, the old-fashioned way, if Jermaine sinks this from the charity stripe. He does not, and instead Fonseca comes up with it. Brings it over half court relatively quickly. He's got Wakati on the right, Gaddis in the middle. Comes out beyond the 3. Wakati inside to Pedro. Oh, what a move. Oh my gosh, folks. You get a chance, watch that again. That was an all-star move by Pedro Fonseca. 33-16 is the score. 18 seconds left here in the first half. Oh my goodness.
You gotta get the ball before you can go down that
Yeah. No, that's the right call. Louis tried to flop. Anytime you flop, you're not gonna get a charge call.
Ball is not out for 33. Louis Gaddis.
33-16, 6 seconds left. At the line will be Mike Randall. He has 4 points so far by our count. We may have missed a basket in there that we'll try to straighten out before halftime. Randall sinks the first one. Ethan Thay is back in for Louis Gaddis. Randall hits both. That's 4 out of 4 foul shots for Mike Randall tonight. 33-18 is the score. There are 6 seconds left, and we're going to have a foul, I think, on Jermaine. Not the smartest of fouls to make with 6 seconds left.
No, and especially because I believe it's 1-1.
In the bonus. Well, no, I guess next time it will be.
Okay.
Alado is in. There's 4 seconds left. Oh, Simon wants that ball. Instead, it's inside to Thay. Oh, my goodness. You could not have made a better pass, though.
Great push off, too. The ref didn't call it, and he missed the bunny.
It's 0.2 seconds left here. So we'll see what Deering's going to do. Excuse me, it's a Portland's ball. So they catch it, they release it. And they weren't going to count it anyway. So 33-18 is the score. It's halftime. We'll be back. So joined by Mike Hoffer with the forecaster at halftime. Mike, I'm a little bit concerned because Portland has a 15-point lead. It didn't work out so well in Bangor.
Well, that is true, but if you're going by history, I think a much bigger piece of history is the fact that Portland has beaten Deering 13 straight times. And even though the names and the faces have changed this winter, you look out and Deering gets a 2-point lead, and the next thing you know, it's 16-2 Portland, 23-3 Portland, and the Bulldogs, it doesn't matter. They put on those white uniforms and they just take care of business against the Rams. And I think if you're Deering, you got to be really disappointed and frustrated. You're coming in here at 4-0, a couple of big wins, and you see Portland on the other side of the floor, and it's just a really rough first half.
Well, Joe, we talked about how many times Deering, in fact, has lost in a row to Portland, or that Deering has defeated them. And because we have the Human Sports Encyclopedia, Mike Hoffer, to tell us exactly what it was. In the first half, Portland spreading it around really nicely. Nobody in double figures, but Alado, Chadbourne, and Gaddis, each with 7, really mixing it up pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning of the game, I told you life after Teron Moss, but I think Pedro's been fantastic. I mean, he's leading that zone out front, and he's handling the ball offensively, and really Deering is frustrated with their offensive touches, and they're not getting back on defense, and Pedro is just attacking them and slicing through them and finding Simon, finding his other guys on the team, and really making things happen to be up by 15 at the half.
Well, folks, actually, Pedro has 6 points. He's not too shabby, and several rebounds as well. Another, I guess, subplot of this is that Ben Onek, 2 points at halftime.
Right, and it took him most of the first half to even get those 2 points. And obviously, if you're Deering, you've got to have him leading the way. And certainly, he knows he's a marked man tonight against Portland's defense. But he's going to need a huge second half for Deering to get back in this game. And like you said here in the intro, a 15-point lead is not insurmountable, even though it probably feels that way to Deering.
Folks, we're going to bring you second half action in a moment. Here we go, folks. We're going to start the second half action.
Dog started a man-to-man and trapped the first pass.
Michael Lindros is in for Deering.
So here we go, Gaddis now with the ball.
Daring man-to-man.
Alato goes down.
Wow.
My goodness. They're really not calling anything tonight.
Nope.
Except some stuff. And that's the way it goes sometimes. We often say we're not there, so we don't know. Jermaine drives hard. My goodness. Oh my gosh.
I mean, Paul Bonnell was in between there. Nobody has any idea what he's going to call right now. He didn't even give a mechanic.
Basket's good by Harold Jermaine. And the line shooting one.
Well, that was a rough call from our perspective, as it looked like Gaddis had solid position there.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what happens.
I mean, in the Red Claws game, that's a block because it's inside that white line, but we're not playing in the NBA right now.
Well, that's a turnover. So it's 33-20 as Deering has come out here.
Deering's just got to make shots right now.
Onek. Well, nice. That 2-3 zone is really tremendous. Great pressure here by Portland. Too far. And Onek all over Alato, reaching over him to get that ball. And instead it'll just be a Portland possession.
Yeah, good check out by number 5.
Here's Pedro double teamed. He breaks it pretty quickly with Simon on the left side. Alato. No. Around the horn, here's Gaddis inside to Ballou, and Ballou's going to get fouled. The reach in by Mike Randall, his second of the game.
Getting foul number 23, Mike Randall, his second. First on the team.
Pedro Fonseca set to inbound the ball inside to Alato. He's double teamed, a little too far over, and the rebound will come to Randall. Here's Daryl Jermaine now, covered by Fonseca. Portland has shifted over to a man. What would be the rationale for that, Joe? Things working so well with the zone before.
Well, they mix it up both defensively here, as you said, in a zone, but they've also played man. He's just not going to let Deering High School and Coach Wayne get comfortable.
Well, there you go. And Fonseca with the rebound. As Onek took the long three and was denied.
Yeah, both teams struggling offensively right now. They cannot find the rim.
Yeah, that rebound will fall to Anda. Number 1 is Franco Lindos. Jermaine. Around the horn. Onek. The strong rebound. He's stripped. (33-20), a 13-point Portland lead. And here's Gaddis. Is he going to save it? He does. Hustle. Good hustle, Louis Gaddis. He has given the Dogs some great minutes in these games. Ooh, Alato, what a move!
Jeez, gets tackled and no call. McGinnis, love it.
That is from way downtown. And another shot at it here. For Jermaine, and now around, here we go.
1 basket so far in the second half, correct?
That's right, with 3:52 left in the third quarter.
First team to 40 wins this game. 33-20. First team to 40.
That'll be on Onik.
24, Ben Onik. His second.
That's his second there. After all that, having that that mark there, finally he gets his second. Still a 13-point Portland lead, and
good Lord,
Simon is just absolutely being annihilated. Finally, the reach-in. Let's see who it's on.
Good Lord.
Eric foul, number 1, Franco Lindos, his second.
Lindos' second foul. Number 21 for Portland is Richard Greenwood in now. Greenwood inside the paint. Face!
Nice step through, just can't finish.
Anda with the rebound. Lindos with the ball. He goes in hard, and it doesn't fall for him, and Gaddis skies for that and is fouled. Gaddis is such a competitor.
Very emotional, I love it.
That foul's going to be on Lindos, his third.
Franco Lindos, his third.
Coach Wing doesn't love that call, but there you have it. Pedro with the ball.
Nice move.
And that is going to be called, I believe, on Loki Anda, his first foul of the game, and shooting 2 at the line will be Trey Ballou.
Eric foul, number 21, Loki Anda, his first.
He can make it a 15-point Portland lead, which is how they ended the first half. 3:01 left, hardly any baskets this quarter, Joe.
No, both teams struggling offensively, and frankly, the refs are letting them do what they want defensively as far as hand checking, so it's tough to get to the rim.
Ballou gets his 4th point. Max Morione is back in for Deering, replacing Loki Anda. Ballou hits them both. He makes it a 15-point lead. And now coming in for Deering, Manny Biaccio comes in for Mike Randall. 2:51 left here in the third quarter.
Pulling in 2-2-1.
And it works. Gaddis with the steal. Gaddis for 3. Doesn't fall.
I'd like to see both teams be able to get back into transition a little bit.
Biaccio had that rebound. Jermaine brings it inside, and he's going to be fouled. That'll be on Simon. His second.
First on the team.
First on the team this half versus 5, this quarter rather, versus 5 for Deering. But at the line will be Jermaine. He'll hit the first one. His 6th point of the game. Alado will come in to replace Simon Chadbourne. Gaddis with another rebound.
Deering in man. Pulling high, running the flex, just trying to eat up the clock and get out of this quarter.
Now, that's a turnover.
Yeah, that's a bad possession.
35-21 is the score. Deering threatening here, but Onek has been closed off pretty well. Only 2 points this game. Until then.
Big three there. Front end.
Alado with the rebound.
I mean, for the most part, this has been a half-court game, and that's part of Deering's struggles, is they want to get up and down as fast as they can and press, make baskets, and make this a high-scoring affair, and they can't do that tonight.
Well, here's Alado now.
Under a minute. Portland High wants to hold it for the last shot.
Reach. That'll be on Biaccio. Half a minute left here in this third quarter. Alado for three in the corner. Jeremiah Alado becomes the first Portland player to break double figures.
Yeah, that's a big one. Especially at the end of the half. I mean, Deering's got to be able to match it right now.
Onek, some nifty moves. Good hang time as well, but ultimately I think the foul is going to be on Pedro. Shooting two.
Probably a good foul. Portland's going to be able to get the ball back with 10 seconds.
Things are just not falling his way tonight, Joe.
No, Portland's being real physical with him. Playing man, playing zone.
Stellan Mahan is in for Portland as Greenwood will come out, or Wakati will come in for Gaddis. Onek hits one of two. His fifth point of the game. It's 38-24 with 11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here comes Wakati. Over to Alado. Pedro in the corner for three. Doesn't fall. Maine goes in there. Mahan, great work by Mahan, though, to get a hand on that and give Portland a chance. We're going to end the third quarter with a Portland lead, 38-24. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment. So we're going to start the fourth quarter. Steve Schwartz, Joe Johnson, Bobby Tavanian on camera for WPPS TV 1302, bringing you Portland boys basketball all year long.
Yeah. Good possession there. Pedro just missed it. They tried to use Simon as a decoy for a three, and Pedro drove it baseline but missed an easy bucket. You know, Deering's down 14 with 7.5 to go. They got to score quickly here in this first couple minutes of this quarter to make it interesting. Portland goes to open. They're going to hold on to the basketball. Have a long possession here. Make Deering work.
Going in hard. And he's going to be shooting two. And that is going to be on Ben Onek, his third.
His third.
Joe, you know that the Deering home game is going to be raucous. They're going to be wanting, because this game is far from over, frankly.
Correct.
But you know that Deering, just the way this game has gone so far, is going to be just absolutely psyched and ready.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's no better place to play in the state than where we are right here tonight at the Portland Expo, but the Deering-Portland game over at Deering High is also, it's a lot of fun. It's a packed house every time they play over there.
Well, that's the thing, and everybody's on top of you. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be Portland ball as it got battered around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Deering just hasn't had a solid possession here in a few minutes.
Oops. Well, no, that's all right, though. He wanted to travel. Coach Wing wanted to travel. He didn't get it.
Uh-oh.
Inside, stay all alone.
Oh. Very unselfish, Simon.
So 40-24 is the score. Portland opens up a 16-point lead.
Back to 2-3.
So around the horn, and as you say, Portland not in any hurry, but there's Pedro underneath. Back out to Simon. He saves it. Dribbles around trouble, triple teamed, out to Gaddis. There's no shot clock in high school basketball here in Maine, so why not?
Yep, exactly. It's the beauty about Maine high school basketball. Some say otherwise, because you can hold on to the basketball as long as you want.
This is a very, very important game for Portland in terms of heel point standings as well, Joe.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Deering coming in undefeated. But as I said before, and as Mike Hoffer said at halftime, 13 years, this game is, even though Deering comes in undefeated, this game is much more important for the Rams than it is for Portland.
Nevertheless, Portland having 2 losses would not be stellar in the Class A North.
No.
Class AA North. Bangor is undefeated. Edward Little is undefeated. Right now, though, Ben Onek is going to stay in there with 4 fouls. Martinson comes in for Deering. Pedro hits the free throw on the first end here, and now we'll see what happens on the second.
Free throw, Pedro Fonseca. Alani Peoples Foreman back. Still McKay coming back.
Portland extending this 2-3 zone.
Earlier, we had on camera Traven Fletcher, who is in the house. He had gone to Chevrolet. Of course, we knew him from Bayside Baseball when we were umpiring his games. But he is one of the top 17 or 18-year-old baseball prospects in the country.
Correct. Yeah, I had the privilege of coaching him at Lammermoor.
My goodness.
Yeah, he learned everything from me.
He's also a highly sought after in Division I football prospect as well, but he's projected to go high in the Major League Draft. Onek lines up and shoots 3, and we're going to have a timeout with just under 5 minutes left. As Susie Schwartz says, the most exciting part of any basketball game, the last 5 minutes. It's 41-27, Dogs in front. Joe and I are back, along with Bobby Tavanian. Gaddis to inbound it. 4:58 left here. Oh my gosh, it's a football play. Alato up and not in. Well, you know, that can happen. That can happen. The key is that Simon came up with the rebound and the Dogs still control the ball. Alato, the only Portland player in double figures tonight. Here's Stillman Mayen with some nifty moves. Oh, stolen. And oh my goodness.
Gosh.
And stolen again. Deering with over a dozen turnovers. Portland with about 8 by our count. Alato almost loses it, but he comes back with it after Trey Ballou. And here from way downtown is Chadbourne, and great rebound by Stillman Mayen. Well, there's the steal by Jermaine. Oh, he goes down hard. Yeah, that's going to be on Gaddis. His 4th. We're going to have a timeout with 3:54 left, so no baskets, but the Dogs take a minute off the clock. It's 41-27. We'll be back. We're back with just under 4 minutes left here in regulation of this contest.
Portland High still in the 2-3.
Onek was fouled. I don't know who it's going to be on, frankly, although he will be shooting 2.
I mean, everywhere he's gone tonight, he's had 2 or 3 guys on him.
That's going to be on Gaddis, so he'll be done for the night. Well, actually, excuse me. His 4th, according to Peter Gribben. Onek misses that. Nothing falling tonight for the big man.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not your night.
One free throw, Ben Onek.
He hits 1 of 2 for his 7th point of the night. Pedro to Ballou on the right side.
Good
Gaddis.
decision. Good decision. Get it out.
And fouled by Jermaine.
Big foul number 20, Jermaine, his 2nd. Team foul number 9.
Team foul number 9, so 1 and 1. First one doesn't fall, so Onek with the rebound. And Simon right back again. Simon for 3. Gaddis skies up for that. Saves it. Alato, rather. Here's Gaddis, dishes to Trey. No look. Well, that's an exclamation point. What a great pass. Yeah. So Trey's going to get called for that.
I think Ben got hit on the elbow there, but Mark didn't see it.
43-28 is the score. 3 minutes left in this contest.
Randall at the line for 2.
First one doesn't fall. Just not Deering's night tonight.
Nope. I mean, they have to make every free throw. And looks like their strategy now is to foul Portland, and hopefully they're missing their free throws because they cannot have that clock run right now.
Gaddis comes up with it. Who else? What a great game he's had tonight. Pedro takes it out. No hurry. Reach in.
Yeah, Yeah, next 240 may take a half hour.
Number 20, Daryl Jermaine.
Oh. That's Jermaine's third. 10th team foul. So shooting 2 now in the double bonus. Pedro hits the first one.
Manny Biagio back to the area.
That's Pedro Fonseca's 8th point. Manny Biagio was going to come in to replace Mike Randall. And in for Fonseca. Oop. Couple of Portland players double teaming there, and Jermaine now at the ball and back court. Deering with twice as many turnovers as Portland. Or not quite twice as many, but at least 1.5 times as many at about 15-9. Oh, we got a whistle. Let's see what it is. Off-ball foul. And it's Lindos, his 4th on Simon. Really tough defense there.
Yeah, I mean Simon's done that a couple times tonight. You know they're limiting his touches on the 3, so he goes inside.
And because of the bonus situation, Simon will be shooting 2. Makes the first one. We say like butter. He is so smooth.
Yeah, you can tell he spent some time in the gym. He's got a nice release.
Gets his 9th point.
Pulling back to 2-2-1.
Ooh. Honeck inside, fights hard for 2.
And a basket by Van Onek.
He's in double figures with 11. Here's Simon from the corner. He hits it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of coaches would say that's a really dumb shot, up 20, you know, with 2 to go, but it's Simon Chadbourne, so I'm going to let him shoot it too.
Well, it also helps him to get his confidence in back and stuff. I mean, he has been double and even tripled sometimes this year.
Yeah.
But now we're going to have some wholesale changes for Portland as Stillman Mahan is going to come in, and Ronaldo Wakati, Jeremiah Alado, Griffin Buckley, Richard Greenwood, and Alado's going to come out now. Ethan Thay. So we have some wholesale changes for Portland High School with a 20-point lead and 1:44 left. And now we're going to have a new 5 for Deering, including our friend number 44, Luke Hill. Luke Hill has filmed all of the football games this year for Portland High School. He's a great player, especially baseball player for Deering. He is an umpire, and he's an all-round great young man.
He is. Yeah, I had the privilege of coaching him as well at Lima Memorial for baseball.
There were 2 of all the people in Little League that I've umpired over the years. The 2 people that impressed me the most in terms of their attitude and talent were Luke Hill and Jack Casal, who is now an all-star up at basketball player at St. Joe's after tremendous seasons at Chevrolet. So Thay will be at the line. Hits 1. Other changes for Deering, number 25, Gabi Mbambi. Number 35, Mapore Sumosa. Number 50 is Jess Kamalandwa. Martinson with the ball now, Cole Martinson. And we have let's see what the call is. We're going to have a timeout. So with 1 minute 15 left here in this contest, Portland very comfortably up, 52-30. And he'll inbound it to number 12, who frankly is not on my roster.
Juan Donato.
Thank you. And the rebound will come to Kamalandwa. Martinson for 3. Over everything, and look at Luke Hill hustle for that ball. Donato with the ball, Fay in the middle, Mayen for 3. Does not hit it. Comes up with the rebound though. Off to Donato. That one doesn't fall, but Fay is underneath. No calls here.
Yeah, number 12 is a freshman. He's in a long line of Donato brothers.
And sisters, I might add.
Correct. Yeah. Wani was a lot of fun to coach last year at Lammermoor, and I actually have the opportunity of coaching his younger brother, Patia, at Moore this year, and he is fantastic.
So shooting 1 and 1 here is going to be Mapore Samosa as a foul by Finn Katz Cronin. He hits the first one.
Free throws, Samakosa.
In the corner is Buckley for 3. Doesn't fall, but Katz Cronin with the rebound. Fights hard. It will be Deering ball. 55-32, 1.7 seconds left, and Todd Wing wants a timeout. So we're coming back off of the Deering timeout with 1.7 seconds left. And it goes up, and it does not fall from Mapore Samosa. 55-32 is the final. We'll be back to wrap up in just a moment as the teams shake hands. Joe, the Portland Bulldogs with a resounding 23-point victory tonight. You said at the beginning, Deering had to win that game more than Portland did. They didn't quite pull it off tonight.
Yeah, you know, Portland I was very impressed with. You know, they came out in a 2-3 zone, what honestly not many people, you know, are accustomed to. They're generally a man-to-man team. And as I said in the beginning of the game, it was more important for Deering to win that game than Portland, even though Deering came in undefeated. You know, and it's because of the history. It's been a long time since Todd Wing and the Deering Rams have overcome Portland High and Joe Russo. And tonight they weren't able to do that.
And as you mentioned earlier, Pedro Fonseca had a really good game tonight He dropped 9. I mean, he typically will put in 10 a game. That's what he's been averaging. But he was much more important than just the points he scored.
He was their floor general. And, we all know, Griffin Foley and Teron Moss aren't here anymore. They've gone on to play at St. Joe's and at Maine. But I thought Pedro was fantastic tonight. He was on top of that zone, 2-3, and then he got them into their man stuff defensively, and he was able to get out and transition and finish at the rim and find guys to make shots like Simon Chadbourne.
Well, and in fact, how did Portland avenge its loss against Bangor? They did it by spreading it out. So they got the 9 from Pedro, they got 10 from Jeremiah Alado, they got 12 from Simon Chadbourne, including 2 threes. Louis Gaddis came in and had some great minutes, especially in the beginning, and hit a 3-pointer there. Deering, on the other hand, only one player in double figures, Ben Onik. They really holding Ben Onik to half of his average says something about Portland.
They did. I mean, every time he caught the ball, he had 2 guys around him. Whether Portland High played zone in 2-3 or they played man, every time he caught it and he shot it, he had a hand in his face, and every time he put it on the floor, he had 2 guys coming at him, sometimes 3. So other guys had to step up for Deering, and they weren't able to find that guy.
Folks, also with 6 points for Deering, Daryl Germain and Mike Randall. All in all, a great victory for Portland here at the Holiday Tournament. Joe, thanks so much for joining us tonight. For Joe Johnson and Mr. Tavanian, this is Steve Schwartz of WPPS TV 1302 saying so long from the Expo, where tonight the Bulldogs have defeated the Deering Rams. Good night.